What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video of F1 23. And as you can see, we did Vegas. Alas, the first challenge around Las Vegas. That was really fun. But now we're finally going to be jumping into Qatar. And we're going to be attempting to do a last to first around Qatar. And we're also going to make it a little bit more challenging for us as well. We're actually going to be doing the full weekend setup. So Qatar this year I believe has a sprint race, so we're gonna go do a sprint race and then attempt to do it last to first. And we're gonna do it in the Ferrari as Charles Leclerc. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Don't know how good the Ferrari is in F1 22. I won't get an idea how good it is until we drive it. I haven't drove it yet, but once again, 50% race. We will eventually. I think I will try the 35% race distance, but again, kind of all depends. Again, we increased the AI a little bit. This was we increased the AI a little bit on this one. I think the AI is at 90. This video was actually recorded like the second day of release day, so that's kind of why you're seeing me trying to balance the AI out, but I couldn't really get a good representation of like how good the AI was, so I kind of just went in here and I just assumed that 90 would be good enough, but 90 was actually pretty easy. But speaking of that, it's actually raining in the Middle East. I feel like it's raining in Qatar. That's kind of weird, right, to say. But again, we're loading this. We got a setup here. We're running a very high downforce setup. Again, it's just I don't know. It's again, setups are hard to judge right now because the game literally just came out. This is literally like on the second day of release day. There's really no good setups. Everyone's kind of running default setups and everything like that. But this setup's not too bad. It's not horrible. It's not great, but it could be a lot worse. But again, retire from the session. We're going to start dead last. But thankfully, we have two shots to hopefully regain the confidence. Basically by starting last in the sprint race and trying to see if we can go get those positions back up in the main race. So let's go to pre-race introductions.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. It's Sergio Perez on pole today, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Sainz, Bottas, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Gasly, Verstappen, Joe, Albon, Russell, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, Hulkenberg, De Vries, Sargent, and Charles Leclerc completes today's grid order. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Well, here we are on the grid for Qatar here for a cheeky little sprint race. It's a 10-lap sprint race. The sprint races for 50% are usually half. I think it's half race distance or 100 or however kilometers they go for. I think it's like 50 kilometers. I think it's like I don't know. We haven't done, it's been a while since we've done a sprint race. But anyways, 5 red lights under here on the lights of Qatar. We are now underway for the Qatar GP for the sprint race. First off, get a good start. Dumping a lot of overtake here. Once again, we're going to get around Hulkenberg, and we get to back out of it. Once again, go down the inside on Nick De Vries. Turn 1, very simple and easy to get used to. Very good. Oh, no, we get clipped by De Vries. Oh, boy. As we're now in the gravel. Thankfully, we didn't get beached. It would be cool though if he did get beached in the gravel, but Leclerc's luck isn't even that good in the F1 game. As Charles Leclerc, this is rough. Hey, let's take a look. Yeah, I think I just cut him off there, and basically that was kind of it. Hopefully we can get back into this race. 6/10 away, 6 seconds off from everyone, so that's not great. But obviously, go take a lap around Qatar. We haven't really done a full lap yet. Let's go take a lap around Qatar. Basically, this is just a regular race distance. But once again, turn 1 very simple. Go with the turn 2 here. Once again, a little bit of a tricky one to get through. Once again, a little bit of a snap there on the exit. Very good to save the car though, very much. And once again, it's kind of like borrowing for like the first opening corners, and then right here everything is kind of changing up a little bit. Again, you're running very high gears, and once again, half the track is flat out. But once again, this is probably like the one, like probably like the braking zone where everything kind of changes up a little bit. But once again, you go back around, whip it around here once again, down to 4th gear, through 3rd, 4th, run again, right in those curbs. You can actually use a lot of this exit right here. I used a little bit a lot, and I mean mainly in a hot lap you can use it a lot. Once again, I mean I haven't been riding the curbs much either. But once again, MotoGP tracks are turning out pretty well for the F1 cars. And once again, this track is amazing. All the way through here, it's mainly flat out on quality. You might have to take a little bit of lift here and there, but once again, it's just so satisfying, this track. It is so satisfying to drive. Everything about it, it's great. It's a great track. I love it. Codemasters did an amazing job with this track. Everybody there deserves a hell of a job. Just a round of applause for just this game has been absolutely incredible so far. Yeah, I've experienced like one glitch, but again, this game is it's just been so much fun to drive, and I really hope this continues on into the future of F1 games, and they don't change anything up, because again, I think everybody is happy that everyone is happy that F1 22 is no more. But anyways, made a move on DeFries, got that move done, pulled away from 2nd. That's our revenge from him. Anyways, Alex Albon down the inside of Logan Sargent. We're going to get down around the inside of Logan Sargent. Also getting around Alex Albon here. Thinking about getting around Albon. I don't know, I'm not too confident about it, so I think we're going to back out of it. Oh, almost a little bit of track limits. Oh my god, he broke a little too late there, mate. As we get a yellow flag, I don't know who that is for. I think that might be DeFries. And yeah, I think so. Nick DeFries is out of this race, it looks like. Well, that's not great for you, Nick. Tell you that much. Could you say karma? I don't know. I wouldn't really say karma for that. But anyways, defending from Alex Albon here, just in case if he thought of a move. Obviously he didn't, so that's kind of good. I just wanted to defend just in case he was thinking about a move. It would have been key to success. Again, we're playing it smart here. But speaking of this, Pierre Gasly, and we caught up to this train. Oh, I hit the back of Gasly. That's not great. Caught up with the Alpines and Haas, and also Oscar Piastri, our old former teammate there from the old one. Piastri's got a 5-second penalty actually. So on lap 8 of the sprint race after that, I mean, it was just mainly just catch up, just trying to catch up any positions we can. But we're making some moves so far. Once again, this Ferrari doesn't feel that bad. It's not too bad to drive, but once again, since a very high downforce, I feel like, since we're running a lot of downforce, the car's a little bit draggy, but I feel like the Ferrari is kind of I feel like the Ferrari is just a lot slower in the straight line too, even in real life. But again, this isn't the realistic car performance update yet, which will be probably coming out around, I want to say, probably towards like the end of the year when they'll do realistic car performance. I think they usually updated it by the end of the season, but again, I could be wrong. Obviously, once again, we get a yellow flag here for, it looks like, Pierre Gasly. Once again, here's just how the AI, again, they just lose the control. They either just slammed on the throttle or he just lost grip, one of the two. But still good that the AI are still making mistakes. Obviously, we needed the AI to still make mistakes. That's what makes this game really good. But anyways, last lap of the Grand Prix. Go around the outside of Oscar Piastri. We're going to get that move done. Simple as that. Bye-bye, Oscar. See ya in the race. And once again, a little bit of a tricky exit there once again, but again, it's just, this track is so much fun to drive. It is so fun. And here we are, P14 in this race. A good recovery, really good recovery from where we were on lap 1. Really good job. Very happy with that result.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in. wraps up the sprint.
Anyways, P14, not a bad result. This is for the sprint race though. We're not on to the main feature yet. So what do? We go on to the main feature. Let's go see if we can do the last to first.
We're under the lights once again here in Qatar. Last year we took a year off due to a small footballing tournament that was being hosted, but it's all excitement on the track now. We're back here in Lusail for a track that's 3.34 miles long. There are 16 turns around its unique three-pronged shape and just a single DRS zone out of turn 16. It's fast and it's flowing, and there's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS down the long straight and into turn 1. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Russell, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Bottas, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Joe, Magnussen, Stroll, Ocon, Leclerc, Hulkenberg, Albon, Oscar Piastri, Sargent, Gasly, and Nick de Vries. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Here we are on the grid for the Qatar GP, starting P14 in this race. Do get the preferred strategy. It's the medium to the hot. I think we're going to go with that. But a lot of mixed tire strategies here. Everyone's on the soft. Couple guys on the soft. Couple guys aren't. It's kind of difficult to judge. I'm just going to play it safe here, and we're going to do the two-stop. Just going off from what everybody else was doing. So once again, 5 red lights on the lights here in Bahrain for race number 2, or the main race. Lights out, and away we go for race 2 in Bahrain. In Qatar. Holy botch. Anyways, we had a decent start. Got a decent start ahead of everybody else. Once again, make it down the inside and launch Stroll. Stroll blocks it off, brakes a little too early. Once again, I think the AI will have to be increased a little bit. It's hard to judge what AI you can run in this game, but again, once you play more and more into it, you can figure it out. But anyways, a bit of a trick here trying to go around launch Stroll. We don't get that move. Then we're going to go around the outside. Once again, you can use every little bit of the track you can around that exit. Around Qatar, it's just so satisfying. Once again, AI don't really get great exits around here. Once again, dumping a little bit of overtake here. Once again, trying to see if we can gain. Once again, through this fast, just sweeping corners of Qatar, flat out. Basically, it is just so. I'm sorry, y'all, but it is just so satisfying, flat out. It really is. I'm personally very happy with Qatar being flat out. Honestly, I think honestly that it kind of, yeah, I'm very happy with this track. I think it's a little bit more fun than Vegas, to be honest with you. I feel like Vegas is just a lot of Vegas is like a lot to just like learn on day one. Qatar is very easy to learn. I mean, since Vegas is a street circuit, it's always difficult to learn a street circuit on day one. But I'm not saying Vegas is bad. It's still a fun track to drive, but I don't know how it's going to be in online lobbies, which we will be doing in online lobbies soon, or we might be streaming open lobbies on Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, if y'all check the community post, if y'all would please subscribe to my Twitch, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you guys don't, it's perfectly fine. I get it. Anyways, speaking of that, we've been focusing much on the race once again. Got around Kevin Magnussen, got around Ocon. Now we're chasing after Zhou Guanyu once again on lap 3 of this race. DRS now been enabled. We are absolutely charging through the field in the soft tires once again. Making a move on Zhou Guanyu here once again. Trying a little bit, playing with them a little bit. Basically, try to give him space. We did go around the inside, get around Zhou Guanyu. Simple as that. Easy overtakes, easy game. Get out my lobby, get crap done. Anyways, now move on Bottas here once again in the Alfa Romeo. Once again, clearly he's doing good in this race, even though I kind of forgot about him because he hasn't been running very well this season. Anyways, going around the outside of Valtteri Bottas here, we move up now into P9 in this race, and now lap 5, we've gained a bunch of positions here once again. Now chasing after Yuki Tsunoda here for P8 in this race once again. But look at this, just the gap in front, the Red Bulls are gone. I mean, it's going to be hard to judge if we can catch up to that Red Bull once again. In the slipstream once again, we're just so slow down the straight because of the high wings we're running. We go around the outside of Yuki Tsunoda once again. I think you can run very low wings here. I don't know how low you can run them. I think you might be able to run like, I don't know. Again, I mean, it's just difficult to judge setups. I mean, I ran a high downforce, and again, I just ran this one. I probably could have done at least in the 30s, but I just wanted to play it safe. But again, it's hard to judge. You could probably run a little bit lower wings, but it's difficult to judge without setups in the game yet. That is for show. Anyways, in the dirty air of Lando Norris. Dirty air is a little bit compromising in this game. You definitely will feel the dirty air too in this game. A lot of times you don't really feel it, but nope, feel it a lot in this game too. So, anyways, in the slipstream of Lando Norris, once again we're not gaining, we're gaining, and both our cars are very draggy in the straight line as well. That doesn't help either. We're going to possibly overtake around the outside of Lando Norris here. Once again, we give him just enough space. He gives us just enough space around the outside. We're going to get that move done once again. And a little bit of off track there, a little bit of action on the AstroTurf, just a little bit once again. Now we have to fight Lando Norris down into the next couple of corners here. Once again, we're going to defend down the inside. We're going to shut the door a little bit on him, just a little bit, give him a little bit of space. We want to give him just enough space. We want to race him fair, and yes, we do. We do get ahead of Lando Norris. We now move into P7 in this race. And now the next target is Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso. But once again, look at those tires. 47, 45, 44, 40 more percent. These tires, I mean, it's just, again, the tires get eaten alive in this game. They really do. But again, that could be realistic. That's obviously they want to make the cars true to life. And again, these tires fall off really quickly. But again, the tires didn't feel that bad. Like, they felt good. Like, honestly, I feel like worn softs are just, I feel like I was quicker, honestly. But again, I was just making a bunch of mistakes though too, because I'm still learning this track and I'm still messing up my braking points. And again, I mean, I've been noticing though a lot that I do take it a little bit easy though when these tires are worn on the exits, because again, the snaps, I know you can correct them, but again, I mean, when you snap the car, you lose time, and you don't want to lose time, especially when you're chasing after Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso, one of the best drivers, both really highly rated drivers in F1 on the all-time list. When you're chasing them down, it's going to be pretty difficult. Charles Leclerc is making those moves though, anyways, in a virtual video game. But anyways, gaps coming down a little bit, but once again, we're just running the same pace as Hamilton and Alonso. Could be the tires, it could just be straight up me. Again, just gaining any little bit of confidence we can get once again. But I think the pit window should be opening for us a little bit. Once again, our tires are now in the yellow spot, so they're clearly over 50. And it doesn't help either because, teammates in the pits, and we're coming to the pits. We get a track limits warning once again. Don't know where to brake on the pit meter board, so don't know where it is. Where is it? It's right here. There you go. So yeah, you can definitely run through this pit lane a little bit. We probably lost a little bit of time just doing that once again. We're double stacking at Ferrari though. That is not what we need. I totally didn't even know Carlos was boxing. I think we were both on different strategies, so it kind of messed everything up. But we're gonna be dead last. We're gonna fall back to last. Even Carlos will fall back to last too. So me and Carlos got some work to do to get back into the top paying positions once again. Anyways, get rid of that. Get back on the gas. Get back on the throttle. Simple as that. Cold softs. Cold tires overall. The cold tires don't feel that bad though. They really don't feel that bad. In F1 22 they were a nightmare to warm up. And 23 they're not bad. Again, it's just you have to warm them up though. I mean, I still warm them up pretty well. But again, you definitely feel the tires a little bit more. But again, I feel like my tires aren't overheating a lot either too, which is kind of weird though too. And again, one thing you do have to focus though too on this game is also the engine. Your engine temps can run pretty hot as well. So yeah, you got to keep an eye on that too as well. But anyways, looking at a couple things here once again. Fast forwarding. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of a sneeze that I was building up. But again, Purple Sector 1, we're absolutely flying on this Ferrari. Once again, a little bit wide, difficult on the exit once again. With about 20 minutes into this video once again, and so far 11 laps to go. There's eventually a lot of time left in this car, and again, learning the Ferrari is like, it's not bad. It's not a bad car to drive at all. So honestly, if you play Grand Prix mode or time trial and you just want to drive the Ferrari regularly, it's not that bad. Once again, we're going to get Lewis Hamilton here on the exit though. That undercut definitely paid off though. The undercut is, I feel like the undercut's a lot powerful here in Qatar though. I feel like it was powerful when we raced here last time, but going around the outside of Logan Sargent here, we're going to get that move done. We get a good exit, get ahead of Logan. See ya, Logan. Get back to the lobby, man. My fellow American. Anyways, caught up to Carlos Sainz here as well, on lap 12 of this race. Once again, a little bit of a wide through that corner once again. I think he might have DRS here, and I believe he does have DRS. So once again, both Ferraris now chasing, I believe, the top, and Fernando Alonso is coming out of the pits too. Can we get ahead of Alonso, or can Sainz get ahead of Alonso here once again? As nope, we do get ahead of Alonso. He actually gets behind Hamilton too, so once again the undercut coming into the clutch. Anyways, down the inside on George Russell here for P6 in this race. Once again, Sainz gets past him. We're going to fight Russell a little bit more. Again, we just don't have the straight line speed, and we didn't have much of the power once again. So we might have to shoot our shot, maybe down, and maybe this middle sector here once again. We can easily send one down the inside if we want to. Don't think we will send one though. The gap kind of cools down a little bit. We're going to go around the outside though. Thinking about the outside, no we don't. Back out of it once again. And possibly might have an overtaking shot down to the next hairpin once again. Through these corners though, the AI aren't really that good. They're kind of slow a little bit, and is that a Williams up there in P3? In P4? I don't know, that might be an Aston. Nope, that is a Williams. Okay. I was just curious, that was all. Anyways, Albon did get a greatest exit. Carlos Sainz now is going to go side by side, possibly with him through that fast corner. Once again, he is going to go side by side with him, as we're going to follow George Russell around. Once again, they're going to lose a bunch of time there. Sainz gets ahead of Albon though. What a move from Carlos. And it shows the AI once again, possibly move on Russell. No, we don't. Russell shuts the door. Albon slowing down a lot that exit. Hopefully he boxes in this lap. Yes, he does, and I believe he might have DRS. I think he did hit the detection line, so again, very much compromising there with one of the back markers getting in the way. Again, but Lewis Hamilton though, he's caught up to the DRS, because we lost a bunch of time though with the Carlos Sainz Alex Albon battle, and obviously us trying to overtake George Russell, losing a bunch of time around the track once again. But anyways, George Russell now has the plan. He's going to go around Carlos Sainz here for P3 in this race. This is for the podium places right now. Sergio Perez or Max Verstappen has came out of the pits though once again. Look at those Ferraris going. Carlos Sainz has absolutely just lost a bunch of pace behind us, and now opens up the door for us. Anyways, down the main straight, same power unit, so it's going to be a little bit tricky to overtake him. Carlos Sainz, we're going to dummy him a little bit. We're going to go around the outside. We trickied him a little bit on the inside. Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton also battling out once again. Anyways, making the move on Carlos Sainz here for P4 in this race. Once again, do we get ahead? Yes, we do. Line us up for P4. Once again, Sainz might come back at us, so once again, we're going to give him just enough space on the outside. Give him a little bit of a squeeze there. Once again, we want to make it fair, and yes, we do make it fair. Once again, he backs out of it, moving up into P4 in this race, but is that time I'm told to box again. We're on the two-stop strategy. Both the softs, the AI were running soft to hard. That could have been the strategy too, but again, we probably would have been 8 on the soft, but Alonso actually went to the medium, so that's interesting once again. Coming to the pits now, getting to the mediums. Good start from the boys. Simple as that. And one thing to notice though too is your your fuel. This track does eat up a lot of your fuel though once again, but once again we're back out here in the midfield once again. Now we gotta go overtake everybody else once again. I don't think we're gonna get P1 in this race, so honestly we're just trying to salvage, see what we can do, what we can get. Possibly overtaking on Bottas once again. 2 Ferrari powered cars right there, so it's gonna be a bit tricky to get around Bottas a little bit, because obviously same engine, same performance. Obviously not the same car performance, and that's clear. We're all, again, the Ferrari's a much faster car than the Alfa Romeo by 1,000 miles, but clearly Charles Leclerc in Spain, clearly that did not, I don't know what happened in that race, but yeah. Anyways, moved up into P12. Now we shoot for Ocon. Once again, I believe our teammate has pitted, I believe. No, he hasn't. I believe my believe my teammate should be on a 2-stop too, because I believe he was on the soft tires at the start too. We're going to go around Ocon though. We're going to go around the outside. Simple as that. Easy done. Turn 1's very easy to get a pass. Turn 1 is very easy. Through this next part though, through this like beginning and the end of the first sector, it's still very easy. You can definitely make a little bit of moves here once again. Middle sector once again. If you just get a good exit, I mean, you're just going to get around any AI driver, anybody, if you just get a good exit. Once again, Carlos is in the pits. We might overtake him possibly on the straight. Once again, the pit loss is about... I don't know what the pit loss is. I believe it's around 20 seconds, I believe. I could be wrong, though. Quote me if I'm wrong on that. Once again, on pure gas. Now, once again, coming around for 10 laps, nearing the end of this race with 10 laps remaining left in this race. Once again, Carlos Sainz, we're going to get ahead of Carlos. Apologies on that. I had to cut it out because I yawned a little bit. But once again, get around Carlos, got around Gasly, got around Zhou. We set sail. Yuki Tsunoda now. He's next up here. We're going to go around the outside of Yuki Tsunoda. We get the gap done. We floor it on the exit. Once again, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, we get the move done. Look at that. Charles Leclerc is absolutely storming through the field in Qatar, and we are absolutely on a rocket ship. We're on a mission. Now, Lando Norris. We already had a little bit of a battle with him earlier. Do we get another battle around it once again? He's actually not going to defend this. We're going to go down the inside. Simple as that. Move is done and dusted. Lando might fight this back, though. We didn't get the greatest exit through those next couple of corners to the left and rights. Again, bit of a tricky exit there. Once again, he might get the slipstream, but no, he doesn't. He backs out of it. Coming around for the last lap of this race now. Once again, Carlos gets a move done. He actually pitted for the Hods. We pitted for the mediums, and again, the mediums were absolutely abysmal. And Alonso on a 1-stop. I'm very impressed with him. I am very impressed he made it with a 1-stop. 68% on those front right. But anyways, Max Verstappen, he wins the Qatar GP. I believe Lewis Hamilton won the race in 2021. Quote me if I'm wrong, though, once again. But yeah, very fun track to drive, though. I am not complaining. Qatar is a very fun track to drive. If you do a last first challenge, go have fun. But once again, you might have to jump in that Red Bull, because again, no one's gonna be able to challenge these Red Bulls. You're not gonna be challenged to challenge a Red Bull in anything unless you're Jan Hotmere. But there we go.
And that's the end of the race.
P5 for Leclerc.
And under the desert night sky, they win the Qatar Grand Prix. And what a performance it was. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sports that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
So, that is it for Qatar. Max Verstappen wins once again. Sergio Perez P2, Fernando Alonso P3. That is basically the oh no, George Russell. Nope, George Russell got P2. I don't know what happened to Sergio Perez there at the end. Guess he got cooked at the line, one of the two. But again, that is it for Qatar. Very good fun to track. Very fun track to drive on once again. By the way, there are DLC tracks in this game. You got Paul Ricard, Portimao, and China. And if you guys want me to cover those tracks, I will. But I don't have much time left. Have a good rest of your day. Please like and subscribe. It will greatly be appreciated. And I'll see y'all in the next one.